Tonight, we take you to a remote palace in Gujarat, India, a place whispered about, where every stone seems to hunger for something, for someone. It was the summer of 1890 when Shri Jut, a young tax collector, was assigned to stay at the palace for a few nights. He had heard rumors, mysterious shadows, whispering winds, and an absence that filled every hallway. The palace stood by the Sabarmati River, its once grand halls now crumbling and empty. Shri Jut arrived at dusk. The sky, a blood-red hue, seemed to bleed into the stones themselves. Inside, dusty portraits hung on peeling walls. Long corridors echoed with the drip of water. On the first night, Shri Jut slept uneasily. He dreamt of a beautiful woman, her face pale, her eyes hollow, her voice a soft wail. She wandered among broken pillars, touching the stones. He awoke to the sound of footsteps, though there was no one there. The next day, he explored the palace grounds. He noticed that some stones, ancient and cracked, had faint markings, symbols of longing, sorrow, and despair. In one hall, an old clerk named Karim Khan told him, "These stones are cursed. They remember. Every stone in this palace carries the pain of unfulfilled love and betrayal." Shri Jut laughed it off. But that night the air was heavy. The whispering grew louder. He saw her again, in the mirror behind him, just for a second. A flicker of her hand brushing the wall. When he turned, nothing. On the third night, the haunting reached its peak. Shri Jut's candle blew out by itself. In the darkness, he could hear voices, soft sobs, desperate cries. His heart pounded. He rushed into the courtyard, and there she was, the woman of his dreams, standing just beyond the riverbank, eyes glowing faintly. She gestured, beckoned. He stepped forward. The earth beneath him shifted. The water's edge seemed to pull at his feet. With an overwhelming force, the palace seemed alive. Stones groaned, walls breathed, and then silence. In the morning, Shri Jut awoke under a tree outside the palace gates. The palace behind him stood still as if untouched. But in his hand was a single stone, cracked, ancient, cold, yet pulsing with an energy he could feel. He dropped it. It fell with a sound like a whisper, and from that day, no guest stayed more than one night. The hungry stones claimed its keeper. They say if you walk those halls after midnight, you can hear them, begging, crying, hungering for release. Pause. So, are these stones just stones, or something beyond logic?